top, don't hit to tell y'all some real shit. If y'all willing to receive it. So January 5th is when my tape dropped. So y'all can stop saying I'm hiding the new music. But listen, I really got on here to say this, right? So I have a Zoom tonight that's on trust and communication. But I feel like before even having that particular topic, like we need to have a real conversation about the universal foundation before you start talking about somebody's communication skills, right? Somebody said you and Anton Daniels the real deal. I swear. Appreciate that. Somebody told me, here we go, bust me upside the head. No problem, I got you. Coming right up. Somebody said, ah, yes, that shit dropping. My Thanksgiving was wonderful. Thank you for asking. Somebody tell me, listen, I'm Athens, Greece. But let me tell you this, all the way in Athens, Greece, right? Y'all know I be trying to figure out a way to lightly say it first before I just say the shit to y'all. Because y'all be saying knock y'all across the head. Y'all be saying y'all want to hear it. But then when I go to say it, y'all get triggered. And I understand. Keep talking facts. You're doing a good job. I appreciate that. So look, I'm going to say this, right? For the ending of this year and coming into the new year, we really got to start paying more attention to the ground, foundational. And when I say ground, what I mean by that is just the basic shit that we supposed to be paying attention to in order to have realistic expectations, realistic goals, realistic plans for our dealings with people and ourselves while coexisting with them in relationships, right? What I mean by that is we like to overlook a lot of the foundational shit, basic shit that a person needs to know, or a person will show everything we need to know about them, and rather we could grow and build and be in something positive with them. So to break that down further, what I mean is a lot of us are in relationships in situations where you paid no attention to the person's ability to take real life serious. You paid no attention to the person's ability to articulate how they feel when they feeling it. Don't matter if they right or wrong, but you paid no attention to how they communicate what the fuck is going on internally. Because of course, you're not inside of nobody, right? So in order for you to connect with what's going on inside of them, they have to be able to articulate to you what the fuck is going on inside of them, right? You're not a mind reader. We overlook shit like that. We overlook a person's experiences, their reputation with self, right? We trauma bond. We aim to connect based on having common or consistent problems or ailing points, and we use that to build a connection with a person. And we pay no attention to the reality that this person has yet to get themselves together at a standard that is satisfying for them. Fuck the world. Fuck you. Fuck a family member or a friend. They have yet to tell you a period in their life where they were simply satisfied with their own character. I ain't talking about satisfied with the amount of money they have, satisfied with the job, satisfied with the material possessions they got, but satisfied with the character within themselves. The way they handle some shit, the way that they are with themselves, the way that they show up consistently for themselves. We overlook this shit. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? Like, we get with people and we worry more about what the sex feel like, who their ex is, and if they still fucking with them or not, how much money they have, not their financial reputation, just how much money they have right now. That's all we be concerned about. But we all know that everybody could come up on some money right now. That don't have shit to do with what their actual financial reputation is. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Before I go any deeper, yes, priorities be all over the place, but not the priorities that we feel like should matter. Just the priorities to themselves. I don't give a damn if they value bullshit, right? How consistent and how stable are you with showing up for yourself with that bullshit that you value? The basics is a part of it, But what I'm getting at is, we get with people and we worry about like my Zoom, the trust and the communication, right? Can I trust you? Can we communicate in a space to be able to build a relationship? But we don't think about your communication skills are going to be based on your character. Your character is going to be based on the shit you've been through and the stuff that you worry about. The stuff that you worry about has to do with you. It don't have shit to do with me and liking you and, if I feel like I could build with you, or if you my type of man or woman. The things that determine your character has to do with stuff that you care about, stuff that matter to you, not the shit you sitting up here telling me in the lustful part of this relationship. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? I'm just trying to see where y'all at with it before I go any deeper. And y'all know I always say, a bitch cannot give you what the fuck they don't got. And so that brings me to my next point. A lot of the shit that y'all want out of people, they don't got. And you would have knew they didn't have it. You would have knew not to even expect that. You would have knew not to even have this on y'all plans, right? Fuck expectations. You wouldn't have even made plans to try to experience this with this person if you would have paid attention to what the fuck they don't got. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? Somebody said, I'm confused as to what we look for financially or mentally. So let me say this, right? To help you out. Nowadays in relationships, there's the lust and the sex, there's the dates and the social media that makes you feel like things should look a certain way. There is your upbringing, your programming that has you believing that in order for something to be right for you, it has to look this particular way, right? Not even getting into rather any of those particular looks or models or skeletons or molds are correct or incorrect. Before you could get into any of those things, you have to consider the existing character of the person that you're trying to deal with, right? So regardless of how much money I do or don't have right now, regardless of how good I look or don't look right now, regardless of where I live or don't live right now, you have to get around people and y'all got to actually experience them in ways where they're allowed to be themselves. And then watch this. When you let them be themselves, you have to have at least a period, a season, a level in your relationship dating, right? To where you leave the room open for them to be them without you trying to correct or put your 2 cents, right? You got to open the room up to come in and allow me to be myself. See if I'm going to come in, put my feet up on the furniture, see if because what's happening is we going in and from jump, we are applying or planning for these certain restrictions or things to be on other people, right? I'm finna tell you what I need you to do or you ain't finna be doing. And then what happens is after the honeymoon stage is over, right? Because that honeymoon stage is where people will comply with a lot of the shit that you asking to get in, right? To get in, to lay their hat, to, make a mark, tie themselves in, right? They doing all these things that you suggesting, all your expectations, they living up to them bitches. See, y'all call it love bombing, but it's not that, right? Y'all done watch so many narcissistic tutorials or, these fucking people on these podcasts that don't know shit about the DSM-5 or nothing like that done told y'all this is what narcissism is and shit like that. Like, y'all done watch so many of them, y'all think stuff is something that it's not, right? It's regular for people to come in, and if my intentions is for you to like me, if I'm a guy, if I'm trying to fuck and see where this could go, if I'm a female and I want a relationship, there's a lot of things that if you bring it up, I'm going to conform to it, or I'm going to go along with it in this lust stage of us dealing with each other, right? So now I'm doing all of this shit. You're not allowing me to be myself, because anytime I'm doing anything that looks like it doesn't match with your plans for what we're supposed to be doing, you know, you speaking up, you saying something, I'm changing that shit, and then you're thinking that this is how it's going to be. But once we start to get more and more familiar with each other, once I get tied in ways that you can't just get up and walk away, once I know I got your feelings involved and my feelings involved, right? This ain't just that narcissistic shit y'all talk about. This is me really liking you as well. It makes me feel comfortable enough to now start being myself. No, I didn't narcissistically plan this out where I purposely, love bombed you in the beginning. No, I was doing that shit with the intent to connect with you. I wanted you to like me. So as you mentioned things that I needed to do or ways that I needed to be in order for you to like me more, I was doing that shit. But as I got more and more comfortable, right, I didn't feel the need to have this mask on this whole time. I take this bitch off now from time to time. Y'all see where I'm going with this? So now from here, now you seeing more of me and you don't like it. And now you feel like I'm doing something to you. But this is what was all along. You just looking for the foundational shit that make up me. You was looking for the stuff that made it seem like we could communicate the way that you wanted to communicate. You could trust me the way that it ain't. I'm telling y'all, it's not no faking it. It's not. Nobody meets people and just starts telling them all the rough parts of them. That doesn't go on. That's what y'all tell yourselves because you in this fantasy world. That's why when I say real facts, like y'all be seeing on these clips, like single mothers produce the worst product, y'all don't like that. Because it doesn't fit with the image that you want us to believe based on who raised you or you being a single mother. Y'all don't like when I talk about men being raised by single mothers and it gives y'all the emotional capacity of a bitch. It's why y'all running around here handling everything woman-like. Y'all don't want to hear that because you start thinking about how you was raised and how your children being raised. And you don't want that to be the case, but it don't change that that's the case, right? It don't matter how you want shit to be in regards to trust and communication. The shit gonna be in whatever way that person got the capacity to give and for it to be. If I don't know certain things about myself, you could want all the healthy communication that you want. Bitch, I'm not gonna know how to give it to you. You could express it, you could explain it, you could bring out the blueprint from a fucking therapy session on here is how to communicate. If there are certain things about myself as a man or a woman that I don't fucking understand or know, I'm not going to be able to express certain things to you. If I don't know how to manage my feelings, if I don't understand how to get out my motherfucking head, you're not going to be able to get me to communicate otherwise, right? So healthy communication you looking for, you to get what the fuck I don't got based on how I am foundationally, my character. If I grew up being raised a certain way and I am programmed to operate like this, even though I'm trustworthy, it may still make you feel like I'm not, meaning I ain't got to be fucking around or lying or cheating or stealing from you. But if some of my ways that I got from how I was raised, it shows up in, your eyes as weird, as moving funny, as why you doing that, why you doing this with your phone, why you operate like this, why you want to tell, you're not going to be able to get the trustworthy behavior out of me that you feel like you need in order for the relationship to go and grow. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? It's a lot of mental foolishness going on to where I feel like we talk more about the shit that you get together on level 12 than the stuff below that. Like y'all ain't getting with people and finding out, okay, this is his ground level 1. This is how he or she operates on a day-to-day basis. During the fucking week, during the work day, when it ain't no parties or no club or no lit shit going on, when your page ain't popping on the internet. Let me get an idea of how this motherfucker is with himself, right? Because see, y'all don't be realizing till later on that, damn, if this bitch don't get what she feel like is an adequate amount of attention, not from me, not just me, but from the people around her, from her community, from her business or whatever it is she got going on that she used to getting attention from, if she don't get that, she start acting attitude-ish or acting funny or communicating in ways that it's like, damn, who is this person? She got some internal needs that ain't being met. And when life starts lifing, a bitch start acting different. Some of y'all realize, damn, this nigga I'm fucking with, like, he was one way, when this was going on, but then when he went through a couple things or got fucked up or seen some certain things go on with me, now he different. And then y'all take everything personal. The reason why is because you ain't giving yourself a chance to really get to know people on a foundational level. They character. This ain't what y'all on. You looking to make some shit look a certain way. I'm looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Genuinely. Y'all be too much on the surface level shit. Too much watching the internet and modeling what y'all see, when in all reality, most people get on this motherfucker. Most people that y'all, I'm gonna change that. Most people that y'all look up to and try to model, they're not being authentically real about their life and how the stuff is actually working that they putting out here. They ain't telling y'all the good with the bad, the truth, the ugly parts of it, not just the parts that make them look good. So the stuff y'all modeling, it's only a mold or a model or something that makes sense on a fucking good day. When life start life and it don't hit right. It don't add up. When life start life and that shit y'all be thinking is the model or the mold for healthy communication, or this how a relationship should look, or this how a nigga should treat you, or here's how the kids should be raised, or here's how the house. That shit don't work with lifing. That's the difference between a lot of the shit that I talk about and stuff that other people talk about. It ain't that I'm just better than them or anything like that. This page is better than they page. It's because, bruh, I tell y'all the shit that when life is lifing, this shit works. They tell y'all the shit that when the stars align and the moon is right and that nigga coming through and that bitch is being faithful and the money flowing in, they tell y'all what works then. They show y'all what works when the foreign cars is already bought and the credit is already fixed and the funding already been approved. They show y'all that. They tell y'all what works during those times. I tell y'all what the fuck works when you down and out, when you up, when you going through it, when you ain't going through, when life lifing, when life is up, when life is down. And this is that shit that, you know, it's rough to receive. And that's for a lot of us. A lot of us, our biggest mistake is not knowing to allow a person that free space to be themselves. It don't mean you have to accept it. It don't mean that, you know, I have to go along with it. It don't you lower your standards or don't have boundaries. What it means is I have to be honest with myself about every bit of what the fuck I'm going to get out of this person based on what the fuck they got. Not based on what I want them to have. Not based on what I feel they should give. Not based on what I feel it should look like or my inner you. I'm going to plan for and I'm going to expect, if anything, things that match their actual personality. Stuff that goes along with me dealing with them the way that they are, good, bad, or ugly. And when I experience that, I'm going to use this as my deciding on if I want to fuck them raw, keep a baby from them, accept a marriage proposal or propose to that person, build a family with them, mix bills with them, you know, coexist on a consistent basis, allow them access to me in my most vulnerable times. These are the things that you actually look at before you start talking about trust and healthy communication. Now, in my Zoom tonight, we're going to talk about it. Text 678-965-0698. Get you a spot in the Zoom. It's like half off because it's Black Friday. Brittany, what's up? And we're going to talk about it. A lot of y'all, you needed this a long time ago. A long, long time ago, you needed this.